Look, just over your spouse's shoulder. It's Jesus. Matthew 25:40. I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. As we come to the last session of a Love and Respect conference, we close with the reward cycle, the very heart and soul of the love and respect connection. And why is it the heart and soul? Because it teaches husbands and wives this all-important truth. In the ultimate sense, your marriage has nothing to do with your spouse. It has everything to do with your relationship to Jesus Christ. The scriptural basis for this statement is Jesus' parable of the Last Judgment, Matthew 25:31 through 46. Those deemed righteous ask, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king answers the righteous and says, I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. The audience quickly sees the application to them. Whatever I do for my spouse, I do for Christ as well. A husband's unconditional love for his wife reveals his love for Christ. If love for her is missing, so is love for Christ. A wife's unconditional respect for her husband reveals her reverence for Christ. If respect for him is missing, so is reverence for Christ. All of us make the personal application. Jesus is saying, Emerson, look at me. This isn't about Sarah. She may not deserve love. That's not the point. You show love to Sarah in order to show me that you love me. Or Sarah, look at me. This isn't about Emerson. Yes, he needs to change, but this is about you coming across respectfully as your way of showing your reverence for me. To seal this idea, I use one of the most memorable images of the entire conference. Whatever you do by way of love or respect, you do not do it primarily to get your marriage off the crazy cycle, nor do you do it to get your spouse to meet your needs. Ultimately, to practice love or respect, especially in moments of tension or conflict, you look at your spouse, and just over his or her shoulder, you envision Jesus Christ, standing there looking at you, saying, truly, as you have done it to your spouse, you have done it unto me. As I tell the crowd, when I see Jesus back there behind Sarah, it's as if I hear him saying, Emerson, this isn't about Sarah, this is about you and me. Yes, I see her finger in your face as she scolds you for being unloving. Yes, I agree she could be more respectful. So what will you do? Just walk away or look beyond her to me because, as a man of honor, you will do the loving thing as unto me. I get letter after letter about the Christ over-the-shoulder image. Here's an example. If I see Jesus looking at me over my husband's shoulder, then I'm bound to treat my husband with the respect due him out of my love and reverence for Jesus. I do believe that was the single brightest light bulb flash for me. To realize you are doing your marriage as unto Christ is revolutionizing and sobering. The image of Christ standing there, just beyond your spouse's shoulder, as part of every conversation, is a reminder that you will be standing before him at the final judgment. As you envision him, you'll more fully understand that your marriage is really a tool and a test to deepen and demonstrate your love and reverence for your Lord. You will grasp the power of the rewarded cycle. His love blesses regardless of her respect. Her respect blesses regardless of his love. Thank the Lord for being the seen guest in every conversation you have together. Pray for the strength and wisdom to always envision him at the center of your marriage, especially in moments of tension or conflict. As you talk together, each of you can practice seeing Christ over each other's shoulder. Talk about how this feels. What is the Lord telling you?